Alright, the beautiful people of Lagos, Nigeria. This is your special host, Fakunle Sheriff Ekundayo. Now, today we are at Ikotun where we are having one of the educational programs organized by the Adebesin Isiaq Olalekan Educational Foundation essay writing competition for secondary school students in Lagos State to create data awareness about climate change, not just within grassroots communities, but in Lagos, Nigeria as a whole. Then at the same time, improving their writing skills, their level of understanding, their ability to research, think, and provide solutions to some of the problems affecting our climate, starting with Lagos, Nigeria, and Africa as a whole. Remember, this is your special host, Fakunle Sheriff Ekundayo.
Good afternoon, sir.
Your name, please.
VC Bukola Innocent.
All right. Are you a parent or member of the team?
I don't even know where I belong now. Okay, so I would say that I'm a collaborator. I think that's the right word to use. I'm a collaborator with the foundation itself. Mr. Ibrahim is my friend, and so I'm here to support him and encourage him in what he's doing.
All right. So tell us. Essay writing competition on climate change for teenagers in secondary school.
Yeah.
What does this pertain?
Okay, it's number one, given the passion of the person who is fronting this idea or this initiative. He's a writer, number one. He's an English teacher. He's passionate about young people, and he has this burden to empower young people. And the platform he feels he could use is the education platform. He believes that with this platform, children can be empowered to lead a better life in the future. So that's why he had created this platform for them to come write, so that they are exposed, their mind is encubed and empowered, so they are able to do better in the future. So this essay writing is also a platform for him to encourage the next generation, empower them to build and do better in their time.
So climate change has actually been a problem, and also it's been something that schools should always look at when talking about sustainable development for children and for the environment, because the world we're living right now, we've actually made it a very, very inconducive place for us to live in. So with this, educating children on climate change and everything about it is going to help us build a better future, and also look for solutions on how to make the climate a better place instead of having global warming.
The maiden edition of essay writing competition on climate change by Adebesin Isiaq Olalekan Educational Foundation was held on Wednesday, April 30th, 2025 at His Grace Hall, Idimo Road, Ejigbo, Lagos. The participating students, numbering over 50, arrived at the venue in their colorful uniforms as they registered and were ushered in to their various seats for the event proper. The eloquent Omotola was master of ceremony for the day. She coordinated their activities as contesting students were attuned with the rules of the essay competition on climate change, and while the students got down to put in their ideas and reflect on the impact of climate change affecting the world at large, a bench filled with experienced educationists were ready to access the students' work as the match for who wins the coveted prize at this maiden edition of essay competition. competition for secondary school students organized by Adebesin Isiaq Olalekan Educational Foundation got underway. The moderator at each interval would remind the students of the remaining minutes left before submission, and soon it was time for submission, and the assessors took over their assessments proper. Once after submission, the students were asked to stretch their bodies by moving around and exchange pleasantries amongst themselves, while at the same time networking with other students from the various secondary schools in attendance. In order to keep the students engaged and active, some of the guest speakers took to the stage as they delivered on various topics. Mrs. Bisi Bukola Innocent, a sex educator and teen coach and family relationship activator, spoke on the effect of drug abuse. Her session was quite engaging as she made an easy to identify examples on use of drugs before the participating students.
And that effect is very, very sonorous, it's very, very pleasurable. Oftentimes, their purpose or their reason for taking that drug may actually not be because they want pleasure, but for certain reasons. But when they actually do, they want to stimulate something in their brain, and that is why they take those drugs. So when we talk about such drugs, we're talking about heroin, cannabis, what's the common one we have now? Cocaine, LA, thank you. Which other one? Colorado, thank you. Which other one? Tobacco. Which other one? Thank you for participating. So these drugs, they are chemical substance. Now, when I heard LA directly may not be a chemical substance, but it's a mixture of all kinds of mixtures, and they have given some crazy effects. Now, if you remember, I think it's what's this guy's name? Is it Olamide that sang it as song? Kosewe. Can you sing for me? Can we sing together now? Let's go, Kosewe. Who can sing the song for me? Thank you.
Another speaker, Mr. Abiolu, engaged the students with his heartwarming presentation to the delight of all in attendance.
What comes to mind is what I want to say. In Nigeria of today, we have a lot going on in the country. When it comes to education, when it comes to electricity, when it comes to infrastructure, everybody is complaining. Is there anyone here who is not complaining or does not know somebody who is complaining about the situation of Nigeria? Okay, who is going to change it? Who is going to change it? God? I heard somebody saying God. Who is going to change it? Okay. Now, do you know what we have come here to do today is to provide solution to something, to a problem? Do you agree? If you agree with me, can you raise your hands? Now, put out your hands. Some of you, when you got here, some of you don't know what you are here to do. In fact, that level of that confidence in you was at the lower head. But now, maybe after going through the essay, you have some form of confidence in you. Maybe from what you have written or from what you have heard here today. And that takes me to the man who has brought you and I here today, the founder of this foundation. If I have nothing to say about him, I will always say one thing about him. And what he is doing today, the reality we are facing today, is as a result of that action, that trait, that disposition that he has in him, and is taking him places.
Game time, coordinated by the ever-enterprising Omotola, features participating students in a lively game that witnessed the students demonstrating their grit and passion for winning.
Bottle, when I say bottle. Do we know the game? Do we know the game? Alright, touch your head, your neck, shoulder, toes, waist, toes, head, bottom. Alright.
It was a moment of reckoning as the assessors were done with the winners. 10 winners were identified, 7 students were announced first, and they came forward for their gift as they were cheered on.
A round of applause. It's not easy. Wow.
The final 3 were called upon, and before a winner was announced, they were made to make presentations on the effect of climate change. The students and others listened with rapt attention as the students demonstrated some level of confidence on the stage.
Good day, judges. Good day, guests of honor. My name is Daniel Chukwunulu. I'm a bona fide student of Divinity Comprehensive College, and I'm here to give an experience of what I've done so far from the time the competition started. When I first heard about the competition, I informed my parents. When I informed my parents, they helped me a lot. Example, they gave me a lot of advice. They said that I can do it, that if nobody believes in me, I should believe in myself, and I should create opportunities. Also, they allowed me access to their phones to search for things on the internet. So when I searched for things, I saw a lot of things. I saw climate change essay in not more than 1,000 words. I also saw complex and different definitions of climate change. So I looked at the definitions and I picked one, and the one I picked was according to the World Book Encyclopedia, and it defined climate change as a significant and sustained deviation in the long-term statistics of climatic variability, such as precipitation, humidity, and wind patterns in a particular region. Also, I looked at the causes of climate change, for example, which include burning of fossil fuels, changes in ocean circulation, volcanic eruption. For example, in 1991, the eruption of Mount Pinatubo in Philippines threw large amounts of sulfur gases into the atmosphere, and this caused a drop in the global average temperature by 1.1 Fahrenheit degree. Also, I also discovered that in the 18th to 19th century, the global average temperature has increased by 0.2 Fahrenheit and 0.2 Celsius degree, and there were a lot of other things I discovered. I didn't expect that it was going to be based on Nigeria. It was going to be based on what we have seen so far in Nigeria, but in spite of that, I still went and read documentary. I watched different programs. For example, I watched the African Independent Television Environment Today by Nkoli Omodu, and she gave us enlightenment on the importance of climate to our ecosystem, on the importance of climate to our biodiversity, and she also gave us instance of animals that were getting extinct due to the rate of climate change. For example, lions, elephants, rhinos, all of these animals are getting extinct due to climate change. Also, climate change has led to low durability and yield of crops and a drop in Nigeria's economy. And so, for the fact that Nigeria, we are not an industrialized nation, we are one of the third world countries, but also we are one of the countries that are adversely affected by climate change. So, we as Nigerians, we need to put our hands on deck. We need to work together to combat this menace that is ravaging our ecosystem and our atmosphere. If we can do all this, I'm very sure that climate change will be eradicated.
Hey everyone, my name is Ejigbo. I'm from Livingspring Comprehensive College, a student in SS1. Well, first of all, we're preparing for this essay not because of 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, up to 10th. Our measure of grades like get third, subject of like office like 3 top 3. So first of all, I started by going generally we will give you one specific answer, but I started to go to different websites. Like I joined my answers together. Like the first definition I saw was just general definition. I said climate is a changing weather temperature and weather patterns.
Good day everyone, my name is Adebesin from Livingspring College. When I first heard of the competition, I felt excited because climate change is personal for me. I myself, I am a fan of nature. I do not like to see pollution, I do not like to see people doing the wrong things. So when I heard of this competition, I was genuinely excited to get the opportunity to write about a serious problem we all face today. While researching, I looked into the causes of climate change, went back to history during the Industrial Revolution. First oil well in Pennsylvania, 1859. I was inspired to read more about what actually led to all these problems we are facing today. And the effect, the Great Fog of London, that was in 1952, from the 5th of December to the 9th of December. It killed up to 12,000 people. And this was caused because they were releasing too much carbon dioxide into the air. And this is not right. We are damaging our planet, we are damaging our world. If we do not take the necessary steps to prevent these scenarios from happening, how will we survive on our own planet?
Then came the big moment for the day. Time to declare winner for the maiden ISA competition on climate change organized by ADIOEF. The lead facilitator announced the winners as the participating students responded accordingly. Blessing Henry from Living Comprehensive College emerged the winner. Blossom Daniel of Value Place College came second, and Chukwunulu Daniel of Divinity School came third respectively. As for the winners and their teachers, they shared their winning recipe, leading to the victory at this moment.
My name is Daniel Blossom. I'm coming from I attend Value Place College. I honestly did not expect it. When I wasn't called out for the first 4 to 10, I thought, I'm out of this. Like, there is no way. But then I was called out for the top 3. That alone gave me so much joy. I'm really happy.
So tell us a bit about your preparation.
Well, preparing for this competition was complex because I needed to do a lot of research. But then again, it was personal because this is something I believe so much in. I believe we need to take urgent action to mitigate climate change. So it was a very nice experience for me.
My name is Daniel Chukwunulu. Like I said before, I'm a student of Divinity Comprehensive College, and I'm glad that I have won this position today. I'm very glad. I did not expect that I'm going to win this, but by the grace of God who made it possible for me, I remain appreciative to everyone here present, and I remain appreciative to my teachers and my parents because they are the one that guided me through all this. And I hope that this thing will be a lesson to other people so that they can be inspired by what I've done. Thank you.
My name is Blessing Henry.
How does it feel to be the winner of this maiden edition?
It feels great. Well, first of all, I did not expect that I was going to be the winner. I was thinking I was going to be like the third or even second. But it feels great now that I'm the winner.
Okay, so aside this now, tell us how you do your preparation. How do we start? What's the secret for you to be able to get to this level?
Well, the secret is my mom. My mom helped me prepare. Like, she encouraged me that even if I did not get first or second, or even if I did not like emerge as any of the winners, I'm still her winner. Like, she encouraged me all throughout my study preparation. She woke me up at night to read.
I have 3 students representing my school. One came out second, the other one came out 5th, while the last one came out 7th. The name of my school is Value Place College. My name is Mr. Fidelis.
From the onset, any of your students will be a winner?
Yeah, winning has always been our culture. We just came from one. We actually took second. That one was a debate. So we believe in winning and we'll continue winning.
You should be a proud teacher right now.
Very, very proud.
Your name, please.
Mr. Adelabu.
Now, which school are you representing?
I'm representing Livingspring Comprehensive College, Ikotu.
Now, to you, from the beginning of the competition today, would you have thought your student was going to win?
Honestly, I wouldn't have thought that she would have emerged winner here. Not because she is not brilliant, but because of the caliber of students she is competing with. She is in SS1, and majority of the participants here today are actually from SS3 and SS2. So looking at somebody from SS3 competing with people in higher, classes, it is a daunting challenge. Yes, climate change is a subject, a topic that is at the center of my heart, and people do not know the real impact, the negative impact of climate change on our environment, on our earth, on the ocean, on agriculture, on nature, on wildlife, on environment generally. So my message to the community, to the school, and even to the world at large, to the society, is that we should not be those who will use our hands to destroy ourselves, because climate change is actually caused by the mismanagement of what God has actually given to us. So it is time for us to know how to manage our environment. What God has given to us, we should begin to nurture it very well so that it will last for our generation, and we will leave something that the oncoming or incoming generation will also enjoy.
We asked some of the assessors on the performances of the participants, and they have this to say.
I appreciate the organizer first and foremost, and I want to say it's a privilege to be an assessor of this wonderful program. It's been a very enlightening and educative program.
So in view of what you've seen about the students, how can you rate them?
Actually, when we were assessing the students, we discovered that these Nigerian students have to put more effort when it comes to essay writing. Though they really tried, because it's an original essay writing compared to when they will be asked to write online. We saw originality. We saw that the children were able to, give their own little way of giving back to what they have read, and it was so wonderful. But by and large, they still need to try more in their writing. That's essay writing now, and we urge the teachers as English teachers to also help these children when they are writing this essay, because there are a lot of mistakes and errors that we discover. Like, for instance, now let me say the use of capitalization for the children. Some of them don't know when to use capital letters, and why some they use capital letters where they are not supposed to use it. So we discover a lot of errors anyway.
My name is Mrs. Ori Deborah.
So how does it feel assessing these students for this event?
Okay, so I feel wonderful to be part of this great event, because I'm able to see more of what I need to do as a teacher, more of what I need to do as a parent, and more of what I need to do as a content creator. So it's an exposure for me.
So on a final note, how do you think the student can learn one or two things here in order to improve their writing skills?
Okay, so I believe that the school and organizations like this will do well by putting the students through on the rudiments of writing an essay. There are ways with the styles and manners by which these students are judged today and assessed, and that's the same way the WAEC, GC, whatever the exam on essay writing will entail. So they need to be taught how to write an essay, what it entails, what are the strategies around it, what are the things that the assessors are actually evaluating in what they've written.
I'm Sunday Onu.
Now, tell us, the students that you've been able to assess here today, what can you rate them on a scale of 100%?
First of all, I would love to appreciate the brain behind this, and because apart from the cash prize, he has been able to create an awareness, in fact, even among the youth. Okay, they now have the subconsciousness that yes, this is what is going on, and we need to do something, even at our age. And coming back to the essays assessed, there were a lot of errors, and that's actually as a result of the death of reading culture, and particularly the advent of technology, ChatGPT, and so on. No one wants to read. If you want put any idea in there, the robot will actually give you what you want, and so nobody cares to read anything. So in the course of marking, we observe fragments in sentence constructions, punctuation and errors, and clumsy sentences, lack of paragraphing, and so many of them. Some of the candidates or contestants assessed, some of them could not actually discuss the points raised. Okay, they only itemized, listed them, and which is not good when as far as writing is concerned. And so my advice to the teachers, you should go to their various schools and groom these students. We had some, we noticed some qualities, but I think we need to do more.
Right. My name is Joy Olayemi Fowode.
All right. How does it feel assessing these students today?
I'm good. I'm happy. I'm glad I was involved in assessment
now,
today.
Moving forward,
yes,
the essay writing competition is an eye-opener for some of these students here today.
Yes.
What do you think teachers need to do in order to take it away from here and then improve them better?
Thank you. From the little I saw today, many students don't write regularly. Teachers should try and ensure that their students write at least an essay in 2 weeks, in a fortnight, and then they should not just write but settle down, and the teacher should mark everything and correct them. You understand? So that after every essay writing, the teacher comes, explains what all the errors to the students, and then they would improve on themselves like that. It was just obvious that many of them don't know about capitalization and the rules like that, don't know all the punctuation marks and all, just write anyhow. Can you imagine students writing topics in an essay, putting, you understand, colon and semicolon, instead of just writing. If you're writing a set, you want to write points, you say one, or first, second, and like that. Not that you capitalize, you write a title and all that. So a lot of errors students would have been able to overcome if they've been writing regularly, and their teachers have been assessing them and showing them their errors and having them work on themselves. Have done a great work, and they should keep up the good work. If everybody behaves like them, you understand, the world will be a better place, especially Nigeria,
The role of government towards supporting a project of this initiative, some members of the foundation were quick to share their opinion on the roles of government.
I think we are where we should be. We're doing what we should do right now, and I'm just pleading with the government that there are so many foundations like this, and this one especially is trying to make a better future, for a better place to live in for everyone. So it's okay for the government to help us.
I believe governments should fund organizations that have thought of like Nigeria as a whole, because Nigeria is very hot right now, and we know that the heat is too much. So they should fund organizations that would make sure that okay, there are no fumes disturbing the roads and the air. Yeah, that's what I really want.
Given that I also do things like this, I run a conference for teenagers. I've been doing that for about 5 years now. Before you can go to the government and say, come work with us, you need to have something on ground that when they see it, they themselves will be like, wow, you're already doing something, and they will be motivated to do more. You could imagine that given the kind of society we find ourselves, a lot of people have come round with big proposals, crazy budgets, and at the end of the day, when you see their work, you're like, what's the meaning of this? But from what you are seeing here today, you know that he put a lot of thought, a lot of diligence, a lot of hard work into it. So by the time he has done this one now, other people seeing it online, you understand, looking at it like, okay, this person is actually doing something. This alone is creating an awareness for itself. And that's how it circulates, it gets to the government. So by the time the government hears about him, say, okay, come, let's see what you are doing, we can partner with you, we can give you support in this way. So I believe that this is a starting point. And as we go by, we'll reach out to more people. And I also believe that after this is done, let your work also speak for you.
The essay writing competition, no doubt, has come to stay, and the awareness on climate change has taken a new dimension, especially with a platform as this. Now is the time to take this noble initiative beyond the borders of Lagos, Nigeria, for global prominence. And for the Adebesin Isiaq Olalekan Educational Foundation, this is the first layer of the seed that has promised to impact and grow positively in the lives of the younger generation for many years to come, beyond the shores of Nigeria, for global references. Until I come your way again for another exciting edition of Education in the Grassroots on 316 TV, I remain your special host, Fakunle Sheriff Ekundayo. See you next time.